Oh, you know. Research. The infamous Tax Doctor. I was first notified of his existence while covering the Creepy Ad and PSAs iceberg. And if you have no idea who this guy is, here's a quick rundown. He's the mascot for a company called Tax Doctor that specializes in assisting you in sorting out your taxes so you don't have to deal with the IRS. Or so it seems. I also noticed in the comments section of my video that a lot of you had also seen the ad and had past experiences with it. Whether that was watching it on TV or accidentally stumbling upon it online, you left your comments. And after reading them and doing some research, I made a massive discovery when stumbling upon this iceberg image. It's helped me to realize that the Tax Doctor Rabbithole goes very deep. But before we jump in, I'd just like to quickly say that if you enjoy the content, why not consider subscribing? I'm getting pretty close to 50,000 subscribers. It's whatever though, I'm just saying. Check out my Patreon and socials too if you want. They'll all be linked in the description. Also, this video is sponsored by Atlas VPN. Now, what can Atlas VPN do for you? Well. First off, it can block malicious links, ads, trackers, and can notify you when someone is trying to steal your data. It'll allow you to change your location to select places across the world to get better deals on the products and streaming subscriptions you enjoy, like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Spotify, etc. Do you know what I find ironic? America's Got Talent isn't on Netflix in the US region. So with Atlas VPN, you can change your location to elsewhere and voila, America's Got Talent. Beautiful. And don't you worry, you'll still be able to enjoy fast speeds while changing your location. And lucky for you all, Atlas VPN has the best VPN deal on the market. They're offering you a huge 82% discount to their 3-year subscription. That means you'll only have to pay $1.99 a month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Time is running out, so get your deal by clicking the link in the video description below and in the pinned comment. Thanks to Atlas VPN for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the Tax Doctor. Now, to understand what we're getting into, let's revisit the notorious Tax Doctor ad. We have an informative but firm narrator asking if you're being audited and owe $10,000 or more to the IRS. And then the narrator goes on about what the Tax Doctor can do for you. Check it.
Fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate your tax bill and reduce your stress. The IRS can freeze your assets and seize your bank accounts, but you can stop these IRS actions.
The narrator makes this ad sound like it's offering some sort of backdoor illegal tax evasion service in an almost creepy PSA style. I really doubt that's the case, but it's still uncomfortable. However, let's establish something. What people find unsettling, uncanny, and cursed about this ad doesn't seem to be exactly with the narrator. It's primarily with the Tax Doctor. The way he looks and moves is really strange. He has that sort of amateurish 3D model look to him, doesn't he? Same for his animations, they're missing something human, placing him in the uncanny valley. No one runs like this. Mix that with the terribly looped animations, white background, and forceful narrator, you have a recipe for a beta do not research type of ad. Fun fact, this ad's a minute long, and there are shorter versions of the ad that go for 30 seconds and 15 seconds. This is where the rabbit hole begins, where we take our first steps because there's much more to the Tax Doctor than meets the eye. There are other Tax Doctor ads. Did you know they existed? Well, they do. Too bad. Here's a Spanish ad.
¿Está siendo auditado y le debe al gobierno $10,000 o más en impuestos atrasados? ¿Le está amenazando el IRS con quitarle más dinero? No luche usted solo contra el IRS. El doctor de los impuestos está aquí para negociar su deuda y quitarle preocupaciones.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. But hold on. I know what you're wondering. Why is it in Spanish? That's what I've been asking myself too. But then I realized that around 41 million Americans are native Spanish speakers. This means that the tax doctor has captivated native Spanish speakers too. It just makes sense. With that many Spanish speakers living in America, the place where the IRS is situated, why not tap into more potential customers? And which channels was this ad seen on? I have no idea, but you would assume that it's been seen on cable networks, right? Either way, we have a Spanish ad, but not just one, two.
Usted viene a este país a vivir el sueño americano. Trabaja duro y es el soporte de toda una familia, pero hay una cosa que no lo deja dormir. No ha hecho su declaración de impuestos en los últimos años y debe mucho dinero al IRS.
If you haven't noticed, which, I mean, how? This ad is completely different to the Tax Doctor ads we've seen so far. Wait, hold on. Who is this? It's definitely not the Tax Doctor. He's missing the, proper features. Where is the Tax Doctor? Is this the Tax Doctor? A live action one? But if this was the case, I would have expected him to run at the camera or give us all a thumbs up. As for what this ad's about, after doing some rough Spanish to English translations, I found that this ad is very similar to the best known Tax Doctor ad. To summarize, the live action narrator asks if the viewers owe money to the IRS and if it's over $10,000. If so, call the Tax Doctor for help. And that's where all of the similarities end. Now, are there any other ads in different languages? Rumors say yes, and by rumors I mean this iceberg chart entry. But unfortunately, I can't find any other ads in other languages. Lost media? Who knows? But here's some media that isn't lost. And I wish it was, I really do. A very not well known 2D animated commercial. Oh boy. Do you remember when I said that this Tax Doctor ad was like a beta do not research ad? Well, you can literally apply that logic to the 2D ad.
Did the IRS send you a final notice of intent to levy?
If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call the Tax Doctor now. See if we can help you stop any IRS actions and save you tax money.
What the hell was that? What's wrong with the Tax Doctor? Is this an actual beta version of him? An experimental version? It starts off just like the popular one, but then goes to this. Look at how they massacred my boy. I mean, look, his 3D model head is still there, but they've sewn it onto a 2D body and have given him some drawn-on eyebrows, eyes, and a mouth. He's like Frankenstein's monster, but hey, at least his mouth and arm move. A lot. And oh, he has a blink cycle, or is that a visual glitch? It's all just weird and it still gives off that uncanny valley feeling, and that feeling that I'm being advertised for something illegal. Also, what is with his voice? It sounds compressed, but it doesn't need to be. Or at least I don't think it needs to be. I don't get it. The narrator and doctor were clearly voiced by the same person, so was it to distinguish between a narrator and doctor role in the ad? It makes sense to me, but it's just a theory. And as for now, it'll stay a theory because I can't find any information out there about this ad. None at all. It just exists. Why was it made? Are there shorter or longer versions of this ad? Who knows? I could say the same for all of the Tax Doctor ads because there's not a lot of information out there about them either. And if you thought this ad was strange, get ready for Lily's story.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion.
There's a lot to unwrap here because this ad is a technological nightmare. The first shot, the titular character Lily zooms in towards the camera faster than the text, and they're more to the left than in the center of the screen. The next shot, again, we have things zooming in at different speeds. But do you know what? When we have something in the foreground and something in the background, different zoom speeds can look nice, and I gotta say, it looks fine. But the IRS problems text, It just looks a little strange being so close to the middle of the screen, but just slightly off from it. Oh, and the IRS tax notice text on the forms look weirdly skewed and pasted. And then moving on to the next shot. Is that an Adobe watermark? And oh my god, what is this? Oh, you think this is funny? Graphic design is your passion, huh? A visible text box, a number of some kind, and some lines around the image. It's hard to understand how something like this was greenlit for an ad. At least the next shot looks better, but there's still that damn Adobe watermark there. Also, I thought Uncle Sam wanted us for the US Army and not to pay
like a gazillion dollars.
But anyway, this shot of a guy getting CBT looks good. I mean, you know, I like it. But then we get the tax doctor. You alright, buddy? That's a nice new pose and all, but why has the contrast been turned up? And what's up with his hand? Is he pointing to his crotch? Call now, it ain't gonna suck itself. Oh, why would I write that into a script? And why is he sliding off screen like this? So many questions, so many Adobe watermark Uncle Sams, and now the boys have teamed up? Woman's arm is busted? What's wrong with your teeth? Is that an arm twitch? Blink twice if you're in danger. Alright, moving on. The IRS, the tax doctor's arch enemy, and then friend, and then enemy, which brings us to the tax doctor IRS version. We get a confession from an IRS agent who may or may not be a paid actor, and then we get the usual come to the tax doctor spiel.
We'll already have the money. We'll haul you into federal court and you might even go to jail. Hey, it's our job.
Don't fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate your tax bill and reduce your stress.
Why are you whispering, pal? Is mum gonna walk into your room at night and catch you recording audio for a tax doctor ad? Are you gonna get in trouble? Also, can the IRS actually do this to someone? Wow, we live in a society. Now, what's with the phone number here? It looks like a fake number or a placeholder. Well, according to the Urban Dictionary, you call this number if you need personal injury attorneys, Selena and Barnes. That has nothing to do with taxes, so new number owners maybe? But also, this number has a spam score of 100 on Number Guru, with people commenting that they got unwanted calls and texts from this number where people get varied interactions. So is it a placeholder phone number? The other ads have a different number shown to call the tax doctor, right?
10 minutes of your time could save you thousands. Call the number on your screen right now.
But where is it? One of the Spanish ads and the Lilly story ad are the only other ones that give a phone number. We have 1-866-705-9875 in the Spanish ad and 800-605-1681. There's such a difference between numbers. What's going on? The tax resolution professionals have this to say. Apparently, 877-732-5307 is the true tax doctor number. But hold on, the 30-second ad has a completely different number. I'm gonna fucking lose it, man! None of this makes sense. Why are there multiple numbers? Why are there numbers that are missing from certain ads? Apparently, they're not even a law firm or tax relief agency. They're a referral service? So I found a website at callthetaxdoctor.com. No sign of the doctor anywhere. Wait, is that merch? I found a new phone number on their website too. 323-292-5407. A Californian number. This has to be their most up-to-date number, right? I questioned that because I went and asked them using their messaging service on their website. I typed up a message, gave them some fake deets under the name Barry, and bam! Despite the company's office being closed, I got a response from a fellow named Kevin who told me this. No sir, we are not. Is there something we can help you with? So I thought, oh, playing hard to get. No worries. I threw out another message asking if there was any affiliation. No, we are not. At this point, I was thinking maybe this is a dead lead, so to waste more of Kevin's time, I asked another question and... I do not. What services do you require? At this point, Kevin was clearly onto me, so I acted casual and got out of there as soon as I could. But I didn't stop there, no, I looked at their Facebook page that Kevin continuously graced me with a link to. No Tax Doctor to be seen. I assumed the rest of their socials had similar photos and posts on them and didn't check them out. Investigative journalism at its finest. And since I'm now an investigative journalist, I think I need to match the look. So before we wrap up, I'd like to address the elephant in the room, and that is the multiple phone numbers. Why are there multiple phone numbers? Could it be that the number owners have changed? Could there be legal issues? None of those. That is what we in the business like to call a curveball. The multiple numbers, the referral services, it all clicks together. A quote from taxattorney.directory. If you read the text on the ad closely, it literally states, all services performed by providers and individual results will vary, meaning that the tax doctor listed in the ads is not an actual firm working on the cases. Once your calls go to them, they route it to their providers that they have on their system who performs the service for you. We are not really familiar with the tax doctor's firm vetting practices, but if it's like most tax lead generation companies, it's slim to none. Also, don't confuse the tax doctor ad with many local firms that have the same name. They probably use that since it's easy to remember. Because of that, the name seems to be more commonly used by companies and they should be judged on their own merits. End quote. All of these numbers we're seeing, they're for other firms. That funky number we saw, 800-888-8888, I stated that it's a firm, meaning it was or still is being routed to by the tax doctor. What was stated also confirms what Kevin said on Call the Tax Doctor. Other smaller firms use the tax doctor name too. It's a shared name with no affiliation from one firm to another. And just where did I find all of these tax doctor ads? From a channel by the name of Abe Tetosian, a representative of Airtime Media LLC, an advertising agency that created the ads, which means that Tax Doctor is or was one of their clients. You can find the ads and many more Airtime Media ads on Abe's YouTube channel, which I'll have linked in the description. Well, what more is there to say? We've uncovered who the tax doctor is, what he is there to do, the company he represents, and what that company is. All of the proof is there from all the ads we've seen, and these ads took us down a massive rabbit hole. And the rabbit hole doesn't even end here. No, it keeps going, it intertwines with itself, it loops, it branches off. And how do I know this? Well, the iceberg image. Now, I know it is a joke iceberg, or as some would call it, a jokeberg, but how much of it is true and how much of it is a joke? Will we ever find out? Who knows, but for now, the case on the tax doctor is closed. Now, will I ever reopen the case? Possibly. If I can sniff out some new leads, then the case will be reopened, but for now, it stays closed. Anyway, that marks the end of the video, so if you enjoyed it, why not consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. Like I said before, I'm almost at 50,000 subscribers, so you know, it'd be pretty cool, you know, whatever. Also, like I said at the start of the video, I have a Patreon and I have my social links all linked in the description if you want to check those out too. Shoutouts to my Patreons as well. This will be the first video you'll all be featured in the end at the credits. Now ain't that something? With all of that being said, I hope you have a great day or night, whatever the time may be.
Don't shut me out, don't shut me out, don't shut me out, don't shut me out. I know